Is Prince Charles, I mean King Charles okay? I'm asking because I saw this. And this.
Is it September the 12th?
13th, sir.
Oh God, the wrong date.
You signed 12th earlier.
Wait a minute, I signed 10th. Oh God, I hate this.
Oh look, it's going everywhere. Hang on. Has anybody got a job?
Oh, there is bloody thing. What they do with every stinking
Of course, he's not going to be himself. It hasn't even been a week since he lost his dear beloved mother, the queen of this country, the queen who was the head of state for 70 years, a record-breaking amount of years. I think it's important to remember that he is not his mother. They are two completely different people. And whereas his mother was very good at perhaps masking her emotions and dealing with things in a very cool, collected sort of way, not complaining, he is of totally different character. He may be the type of person who shows his emotions. I think we've become used to someone like Queen Elizabeth being the monarch, and we've just become used to her ways and her manners, the way she dealt with things. We're used to seeing someone like her being very calm and collected and not showing any of that emotion. I think we have to accept that there are two different people, and Prince Charles is not like his mother Queen Elizabeth in this regard, and that we might have to get used to seeing a different type of monarch. Maybe someone who shows his emotions, who is impatient at times, and maybe that's not such a bad thing. Maybe, a lot of people are criticizing him, saying, oh, he's not the same, it's going to be, he can't do it like his mother. Well, of course he can't, but he is himself. He is an individual, he's unique. He's going to bring his own thing to the crown, isn't he? So maybe it's for us to get used to this transition, to get used to a new king with his new manners, and stop expecting the same thing. As I mentioned in my last video, I'm not a monarchist, and I'm not really a supporter of a royal family, but I always respected the queen, and I always looked up to her and admired her, and even more so after she passed away. That is when I realized that I actually had an affinity towards her, because she was the one constant we all had. She was ubiquitous everywhere, on the money, on our stamps. Her symbolism was everywhere growing up in the UK. So, and also she carried that mantle really well. She conducted herself brilliantly, and that is why it's a difficult task for her son King Charles to follow in her footsteps, because he has such big shoes to fill. Yes, Queen Elizabeth II was brilliant, but she was also the queen for 70 years. So, to say that we were used to her is just a massive understatement. She became, during her time, she became like our family member, like an elderly relative, like a grandmother for the nation for such a long time. The other thing is that now he has been waiting for this moment for all his life. He has been waiting for this moment, or preparing for this moment for all his life, only to become the king at the age of 73. I think that is the oldest age when anyone became the king. And he finds himself in this situation. It's difficult to imagine what he went through. I mean, yes, he's waiting to be the king, but that would mean the passing away of his beloved mother. I mean, I don't think any of us can imagine what that feels like. It must be really strange and surreal. But, he had to go through all of that. And now he is in that position finally at the age of 73. He went through his 40s, 50s, 60s waiting. And now at the age of 73, he is the king. I think we have to all accept that that is a very difficult situation to be in. and we have to try and empathize with him. Even for those of us who are not monarchists, who don't care about the royal family, he's still a human being. Like the Queen, this was thrusted upon him. He didn't ask for this. He didn't volunteer. He was born into this. He is just someone trying to do his job at the end of the day. Yes, he is filthy rich. He has all the advantages in the world, but at the same time, he has a massive responsibility to undertake as well, and it can't be easy to do that. Many of us will remember his marriage to Princess Diana as well. And I mean, let's face it, I mean, Princess Diana was loved and cherished. Even to this day, she is loved and cherished. I love and cherish her and remember her. People will remember her and what happened to her, and that wasn't right what happened to her. She went through a really difficult time, and King Charles had a lot to do with that. But we have to accept that she is no longer here, sadly, and neither is the Queen. And it's now up to King Charles to take the reins and be the king. Of course he's not innocent, of course he's not without blame, but he is a human being who is trying to now do his job. A lot of people are saying he should abdicate, that Prince William is younger and will do a better job. But I don't know. I mean, until very recently I was thinking along the same lines, but now I'm thinking that we shouldn't be too harsh right now, and we shouldn't be quick to judge. We should give King Charles the opportunity to do what he's been preparing for his whole life, and give him a chance and support him. And I mean, let's face it, okay, things are really difficult right now, and the politicians, okay, are not popular at all. No one is looking to the politicians, even though they are the ones who are running the country. King Charles will not be running the country. Like his mother, okay, the monarchy don't have much say in the running of the country. We understand this, but they are still important symbols. They are still important figureheads who people look up to, who people respect, and who people love and cherish. As the Queen was, of course, he will not have much say in running the country, but he will have some influence. He definitely will. And people will be looking up to him. People need at the moment, because there are lack of role models. The leadership, I mean, is letting us down. Every leader that comes is disappointing. People are fed up. Cost of living is through the roof. At this difficult time, we need someone as a symbol, as a figurehead, to show us the way, to be a beacon of hope. And maybe he could be that person. What I don't want is people jumping to conclusions and not even giving him the opportunity to show what he's made of, to give him his chance, because he's been preparing and waiting for this his whole life, and he should at least be given that opportunity to try and lead, be the head of state and be the king. So it's important for all of us that, you know, we have a stable, a sane king who is given the opportunity to do his job, and we have to get behind him. At this time, we must all get behind him, no matter what our opinion is in terms of royal families and the monarchy. We have to get behind our head of state, our king, and we have to support him at this time. And him messing up a little bit and showing his emotion, being impatient, being tetchy, is not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, it shows that he is human, and we as humans can relate to that, can empathize. It may be a totally different reign to his mother's, but maybe that's not such a bad thing. Maybe we do need that change. We do need someone who is more human, who is more relatable, and maybe it'll be good for us. God save the king, everyone. God save the king. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.